The notion that
government is a continuity is a universally acknowledged principle. This enables public policy issues to enjoy government support over time, even when there has been a change in administration. The public interest, rather than the partisan character of government, is allowed to drive public policy under this custom. Incoming administration find no difficulty embracing projects and policy programs of their predecessors in office. However, this tradition has not always been upheld. Thus, in many parts of the country, a huge number of projects have been abandoned at the federal, state, and local government levels.
Apart from increasing infrastructure deficits, this continually drains resources in avoidable and painful ways. The taxpayers loses, the people loses, the administration suffers a loss of reputation. Abandoned project has littered the land. This absence of continuity and the consequent rise in abandoned projects should concentrate our mind. This is our subject today. Why does it happen? How does it happen? How can we effect a change? Are we happy? Welcome to our program this morning. Good morning.
Yes, a very good morning to you and welcome to the program Midweek Connect. My name is Ufoma Esegine and I have with me Adogbeji Ojegba, who's standing in for Agatha. Good morning, Adogbeji.
Good morning, Ufoma. And how are you today?
Oh, I'm very well. Yes, Midweek Connect is a program where we discuss issues that affect you, topical issues that affect everybody in Edo State. And today we shall be looking at continuity in government. Like we read in that opening, what is continuity in government? How does it affect the people? Why do some administrations not continue policies of their predecessors? We shall be looking at that and a lot more. And our guest is already in the studio. We'll start off, as always, with the news tidbits. But, Midweek Connect is that program where you can connect with us by simply dialing the numbers on the screen when it is time for the phone-in segment. You call, ask questions, share your thoughts with us, and, be a part of the program. And also, we go out and ask the people what they think about what we're discussing today. And like I said earlier on, we kickstart always with the news tidbits. Adubeji.
And we have here the federal government is to establish technology and innovation centers for global competitiveness in the country in order to bring together all universities, polytechnic, industries, and institutions to work towards using the country's potential for technological advancement optimally. The Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Ogbonoya Onu, made the disclosure while delivering special lecture in honor of the Chancellor of Igbinedion University, Okada, Chief Gabriel Igbinedion in Edo State.
Industry and our research institutes do not work together for the common good. Each of them works as if others do not exist. This has slowed down the pace of industrialization.
As part of the efforts to address farmers' herders' clash, 17 governors from the southern part of the country agreed to institute a law to ban open grazing in their states. While 5 states have since passed the law to beat the deadline, Edo State is still in the process of fine-tuning the bill.
The Edo State House of Assembly, like all the sister states, is working on the anti-open grazing law. In doing so, we have to consider some variables, especially how we will turn disadvantages into advantages.
The Constitution is clear in section 14, sub 2, sub B, that the welfare and security of the people shall be the paramount aim of government. I think I support the state government in banning open grazing. And any person that is interested in doing a cattle business should confine them to a particular place so that you can account for them.
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has confirmed 597 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. The 597 new cases are reported from 14 states. Lagos 104, Rivers 89, Edo 65, FCT 50, Oyo 47, Enugu 46, while Ekiti has 24, Cross Rivers 17, Delta and Gombe reported 15 each, Osun 12, Plateau 6, Benue 5 and Kano 2. Till date, 196,487 cases have been confirmed, while 185,159 cases have been discharged, with 2,573 deaths recorded across the 36 states and the federal government. And that's it from Tidbit here. Ufoba?
Yes, thank you for the news tidbits, Adugbeji. And the program will continue after this break, but just a quick reminder that you can be a part of this program by simply tuning in to our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. The program is being streamed live, so you can be a part of it. You can watch us from anywhere by tuning in to our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. We'll continue with the discussion segment right after this break. Do stay with us.
Do you live in Aduawa and its environment? Or you need a conducive and open field in Aduawa for your wedding receptions, birthday parties, annual ceremonies, family or corporate events in a serene and conducive environment that is close to nature? Then look no further. NTA Benin Aduawa is the place for you. NTA Benin Aduawa has a large field for all your other events and ceremonies. Also, at NTA Corporate Headquarters, TV Road, we have a state-of-the-art, fully air-conditioned, ultra-modern hall for all kinds of indoor events with a standby generating set to ensure constant power supply. We also have the NTA Pavilion for all your outdoors events at the same venue. Guess what? Our prices are affordable. Locations are easily accessible. Venues conducive and highly secure. Our outside broadcast van is available 24 hours and can broadcast your event live. And above all, you can air your event on our award-winning programs like Events and Style. Wow! What are you waiting for? Grab this opportunity and have your celebration in a grand style. For inquiries and bookings, please call NTA Benin, the award-winning station.
We are StarTimes, the most affordable digital pay TV platform with the widest signal coverage in Nigeria, dedicated to bringing the best TV entertainment around the world to your screen. From Hollywood to Bollywood to Nollywood, we offer the most affordable subscription. Enjoy over 75 channels for as low as 1,700 naira, like Nat Geo Wild, BBC, ESPN, and premium sports like Emirates FA Cup, La Liga, Bundesliga, wrestling. What's more exciting? We have the most flexible payment options in Nigeria. Don't dull. Join us now for an exciting journey. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Next time you visit the ancient city of Benin, two things will excite you: the warmth and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities, fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Uhenoye Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRA Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold, our hospitality is go.
Coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, is an infectious disease that affects the respiratory system. Symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, shortness of breath. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia or breathing difficulties. The disease can be fatal, but that's mainly among older people with pre-existing conditions. The virus is transmitted through direct contact with respiratory droplets from an infected person and by touching surfaces that are contaminated. People should maintain at least 3 feet of distance between themselves and people, especially those who are coughing, sneezing, or have a fever. To prevent the coronavirus infection, wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds using soap and running water or alcohol-based hand rub, sanitizer, or gel. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. You can also cough or sneeze into your flex elbow or use a tissue, then throw it in the bin immediately. Avoid crowded areas. Anyone who shows symptoms of the disease should visit the hospital immediately. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority Benin Network Center.
NTA Benin presents.
Hey guys, welcome to Stop 7 Jobs.
My baby, you know I learned from the best, the best.
Oh no, one ain't comforting me. Wait.
We begin to have diarrhea, which of course can lead to severe health situation.
It's schools debates.
From all of us, keep watching Schools Debates on NTA Benin Network Center.
I want to use this medium to appeal to the state citizens to always recognize the COVID-19 protocols.
A very warm welcome to you. This is Frontline.
The history that comes with NTA Benin has manifested.
It's another exciting time out right here on Praise Vibes.
Now you felt you can kakabo. No we told you when or tihi okay na me we all the way is me.
For these enlightening, educative, and entertaining programs, watch NTA Benin, the award-winning station.
Thank you for staying tuned to the program Midweek Connect. And if you just joined us, the program is Midweek Connect. We're discussing continuity in government today. And our guests, 2 of them actually, they're in the studios with us, have Dr. Charles Egwari, is the HOD, Political Science, University of Benin. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And Dr. Isaiah Osifo is the social and political commentator. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, we shall be looking together, we shall be looking at the issue of continuity in government. But before we start, let's quickly go for a break, and during that break we shall see our background report to set the tone for discussion this morning.
Continuity of government is the principle of establishing defined procedures that allow a government to continue its essentials in case of a catastrophic event. The continuity of government is said to be the basic to survival of every society. The single most important element for achieving continuity of government is the preservation of constitutional leadership. Meanwhile, report has it that lack of continuity in government and shortage of new sets of skills have been identified as contributing significantly to the low performance of Nigeria's technology ecosystem. Some informed opinions argued that most times when a new government from a different political party replaces an incumbent, ongoing projects, programs, and policies are ridiculed and terminated. Again, it is common to see public policies, regardless of their merits and positive impacts on society, needlessly reversed. This week's edition of Midweek Connect is therefore looking at promoting continuity in governance.
All right, thank you very much, Ifoma Akafo, for that background report. So, continuity in governance. What does it actually mean, and what does it imply? Let me start with the HOD Pro Science. Yes.
Thank you so much for having me in your program, Midweek Connect. To go by the word continuity, it means the present government taking on or continuing the project of the previous government. It means that there's a continuum, because by the very essence of government, it's supposed to be a continuum. Those who come in, they are mere occupants of the office. As they leave, their project and program are supposed to be continued afterwards. So, in a nutshell, continuity in government means you are able to execute what your predecessor couldn't complete, maybe due to expiration of tenure or due to paucity of fund and all that. It's supposed to be a continuum rather than having it terminated, as it were.
Okay, Dr. Osifu, you want to add to that, and maybe you tell us why what it implies.
Well, he said it. Government itself is a process institutionalized by societal agreement to have a structure that should look after the affairs of the people. So, continuity in government, first you have to decide what is the concept of government itself. What's about government? Government is put in place to regulate the affairs of the people in a given society or in a given country, as the case may be. Now, apart from project, government does a lot of other responsibilities. It's got a physical infrastructure, there's social policy, there's a cultural policy. Now, the aggregate of all these responsibility of a government constitutes the essence of government. And when you now talk about continuity now means the foundation of government, irrespective of the occupier of the office, is supposed to be rolling in attaining the ultimate objectives and aspirations.
So why don't we achieve this? Why don't we get this?
Yes, there are so many factors are responsible. You know, the foundational impediment is the most basic factor. Foundational impediment in the sense that if you're talking of a form of government, for instance, you're talking of any authoritarian regime, like you have in Russia or in China, they spend 30, 40 years, one man is in office. He goes on as if he's the owner of the country. He runs his programs. Now you have some kind of continuity for so many years.
But we are supposed to believe that our own model of democracy.
That's what I'm saying. In our own democracy, there's something like model of democracy. Democracy does not have a variance. Democracy has a principle. The basic principle of democracy is that it is a government that is put in place by the consent of the people. Now, if you get there to add in line with the constitution that is put in place by the people, that is democracy. So people can't make this confusion to say Nigerian model, American. There's something like model of democracy. It's a universal concept. Insofar that government is put in place and is conscious of the principle of the rule of law, which is based on constitutionalism. That is, you have an agreement, a document, which is regulating people. Everybody, the government is operating in line with that constitution, and that government is put in place by the people. That's democracy. It's the same in America, it's the same in Canada, it's the same, it's supposed to be the same in Nigeria. Now, in Nigeria, when you say foundational problem, do we really have that core principle or core essence of democracy in our experimental democratic process? The answer is no. Now, let me tell you. Now, in a democracy, there's supposed to be a parliament, whether a bicameral or unicameral. The parliament is the grand norm of democracy. People are elected to regulate. It's supposed to be the most powerful organ of government to regulate the executive, sometimes even regulate the judiciary, because it's an embodiment of the collective will of the people. Now, when you now elect parliament to the national or state assembly in a 40 democracy, the person you are not elected is parading himself as a senator or a member of House of Assembly. There's already a foundational problem. Now, by virtue of the fact that there's a foundational problem, they are not able now to do their job. The parliament should pass a budget. The parliament should regulate the finances of the executive government. So when you are engaging on projects, you're not supposed to engage on bogus projects. And you're talking of continuity. A president or a governor should not just by personal idiosyncrasy engage on bogus program. It's supposed to be a project or program that is presented to the parliament, authorized by the resources that's available to the state, authorized within the span of where you are going to spend in office. Of course, when you are presenting a budget or to the parliament, you must be conscious of your tenure in office. If you know you are going to spend 4 years in office.
So are you saying that
yes,
the situation that we have now,
yeah,
is not promoting continuity?
Yeah, because there's a foundation. You know, you ask what are the problems. I said the first basic problem of hindering continuity in governance in Nigeria is the foundational problem, which is still affecting that basic pillar of democracy in Nigeria.
So, Dr. Charles, yes, outside the reasons that Dr. Osifo has given, what other factors could you say, it's militating against continuity in government, especially when some of these policies and projects are of public interest?
Well, like Dr. Isaiah Osifo rightly said, we have a foundational problem. And from that faulty foundation, we have other factors that we can identify. One being that we have run our political system based on what I want to refer to as hijacked process. Every political system thrives on ideology. Ideologically, parties are supposed to key into the ideological foundation. Like in the US, you have the Republicans. They are purely Republicans. They don't waver. They don't become elected into political office and move from one political party to the other. They don't do that. They are bounded by their ideological foundation. Then the Democrats have the same ideology. They key into it. You can see traces of the ideological foundation once they come into government. But in the Nigerian context, unfortunately, we have fluid, if it is ever available, we have fluid ideological leaning that could dissipate within a period of time. Dissipate on the basis of their interests and their direction. I'll give an example. The moment you are elected into office and you no longer find it funny, no longer find it pleasurable to associate with a particular member of your party, you move over. Or when you feel your interest is threatened, you move over. How does this one crystallize into lack of continuity in government? Because of that fluidity, that flawed ideological leaning that we have in our political system, people don't have allegiance to the core principle of their calling in the political party. So once they move in, they even have caucus within a party, such that the succession battle will lead to a situation where we have camps within a party when they are supposed to have a single ideology that binds them in the first place. In Edo State, for instance, and in Imo State, I have these two examples to give. The process that led to the emergence of the current governor, His Excellency Hopu Zodima, and that of the former governor Korosha, you can see the fracas that ensued between them. It will be unfathomable for that kind of environment to create a continuity in government, even though they are in the same party altogether. So it's a function of lack of ideology that has bedeviled our political system, that is creating a class. Even when they have the same political party, you now have class against itself and for itself, leading to needless fracas when they are supposed to have a unified ideology that they will pursue and ensure that whoever takes over from the current governor or current president, as it were, will be able to execute the program of government beyond the infrastructural fabric of governance.
At this stage, we would really like to continue this discussion, but we are pressed for time now because there is a live transmission coming in from our headquarters, and we have to take that too. We'll probably continue with this next week. A very sincere apology for not being able to finish the program, but we have to go now because we have a live transmission from our headquarters. And so we want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Isaiah Osifo, a public and social commentator, political commentator, and Dr. Charles Egwere. I hope I got it right. Yes, the head of Department Political Science, University of Benin. Please do join us again next week, Wednesday, 9 a.m. for continuation of this continuity in government on Midweek Connect. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, because this is a government of the people, this interactive session is designed to liaise and have an understanding with the entire business community in Rivers State on some topical issues in the country. Your Excellencies, without much ado, I now invite the chairman of the acting chairman, Rivers State Board of Internal Revenue, Dr.